Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Cyberpunk Red. Welcome to Night City Highs, our Garblag Cyberpunk game. I am Dan, your DM for tonight. Joining me tonight are four wonderful players. We have Rog, we have Ben, we have Anne, and we have Pete. Ben looking around like, who, me? Am I talking about me? Yeah, we're talking about you. You guys are great. You're amazing. So we'll just do some character introductions before we kind of get into the swing of it. If you don't know what's going on, last week's game is getting uploaded onto YouTube tonight, so you can go watch us there.
Sorry.
Don't forget to like the video, share, and subscribe, and press all the buttons.
But not now.
But not now.
Because it's not there.
Because it's not there. But it will be, we promise. Okay, so let's do the rounds. Let's start with Pete.
Hello, I am Lofax, who is a fixer. He is an arsehole and will happily use you as a human shield to avoid exploding bodies, which happened last week.
My ribcage.
He sets up parties for rocker boys, and while those parties are going on, he sells military-grade weapons to people, or tries to get it to trade it. And he's kind of got caught up with this group and doing a job for Mud in the local area in Boxtown, and is looking to make some cash and doesn't really care who gets hurt in the way. But it's not going to hurt people, but, you know.
So he would piss on you if you were on fire,
I would.
but only if there was money in it.
Aaron?
Hey everybody, I'm playing Stitch. He's a stable, unlike the rest of the crew, and serious med tech. By day, he works on a trauma team, but by night, he does jobs, local jobs in and around Mega Building 13, where he was born and grew up to help fund his off-the-books clinic that helps out the poor and destitute of the building. You usually find him wearing a vintage San Jose Sharks hockey jersey under his lightweight armored jacket and combat boots and combat pants. His general feelings about people is completely neutral. He figures most of the people he meets are either on their way out the door or unlikely to ever thank him for whatever he has to do to save their lives. So he keeps them at arm's distance, except for one person, a former lover, who he had to give up to a romantic rival, Bad Tommy Blaze, the leader of a Go gang, who promised not to kill Stitch as long as this young lady left with him. So Stitch, of course, wants to kill him and his entire gang, and the fixer, Johnny Dice, who was responsible for the death of his family. And he did not use anyone as a human shield last week.
Not intentionally.
Ben?
Yeah, hi. I'm playing Tane Way 2, Pacific Islander. I was raised in a nomad clan out on the ocean, and I still carry a little bit of my heritage with me in that I wear water combat trousers for part of my armor jack, with like just a little waistcoat top, really, because cold doesn't really bother me, hot doesn't really bother me. Used to all kinds of stuff from being at sea. I'm a up-and-coming reporter, but also promoter, you know, whatever it takes, really, to get my face and my words in the media. So I've been doing a lot of reporting. Most of my ears and eyes have been replaced by expensive cybernetic equivalents, and I pretty much live stream everything I see, which is both useful and not useful for people, because I can really be a pain in the ass. But I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to get the scoop. You know?
Brilliant. And last but not least, Rog.
Hi, I'm Roger, and I'm playing Switch, who is the tech of the group. He dresses in pretty flashy techno streetwear. He grew up in an urban environment, homeless, with the goal of getting off the streets no matter what. Although, as a child, he was in a combat zone. He's got short and spiky hair. He is a bit of a man-ho. He did seem to sleep his way around pretty much anyone and everyone.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my history is former lover, former lover, former lover, etc. Carry on. And yeah, he's very good at fixing things and spent the entirety of last session fixing up the motorbikes that he liberated.
And that's where we're going to come to that. So quickly into it. Welcome to again Mega Building 13, a Arasaka tower dedicated to corporate might, currently under construction. Where we find our players in the middle of a firefight, having attended a backroom meet for the kind of local crime bosses, lieutenants, while their big bosses go off and have, a chinwag. But the backroom meetings where the proper deals are getting done. Roger, yes, Switch, you have been working on the bikes, though when it came to light that there would be some of the Dream Stealers attending, Mud has asked you to go up to the meeting ASAP. So, two things happen at the same time. Switch bursts in through a side door, guns blazing, into the big dance floor area of the strip club. Coming in through another door are Arasaka security guards, also guns blazing. And because Switch is joining us, we're gonna re-roll an initiative. So everyone roll reflex and add 1d10 plus reflex, please.
No, that wasn't good.
Stitch got a 16.
11.
12.
12.
And Lofax was 11, was he?
Yep.
Okay, so just painting the picture again. We are in a very sort of Circus Soleil kind of nightclub. First of all, let me just say, mature warning from an immature mind. Adult content approaching. So yes, this club, this strip club, has a very kind of Circus du Soleil vibe. All the workers are naked, except they have those kind of neon subdermal tattoos all over them that are kind of glowing in the darkness. However, there are not many of them left around, as most of them have been splattered in vast amounts of blood across the walls, or one's head has exploded, releasing a chemical agent / bomb into the atmosphere, which has started choking all the kind of local crime lieutenants, who have started shooting each other, thinking that someone else is responsible for it. And this is the situation that Switch has found himself coming into. But we'll start with Stitch. So here's the situation. You basically seem to have found yourself, you're by a table, one of the Dream Stealers with their kind of long black trench coats, duster coats with their bare chests and shaven heads, kind of got that old 40k black feeling to them, with their cybernetic implants and short kind of Japanese bladed spears are kind of hacking at everything. They're just like frothing at the faces. They're going a bit crazy. A couple of them are still going around. Other gangsters are shooting each other. But now that the cops have come in, bursting into the room, a lot of them are now shooting at the security forces that are now bundling into the building, and tables have been turned over for kind of mutual cover. What do you want to do?
So if I remember right, I was crouched down next to Donnie and I had my respirator on. So I look over at Donnie to see if he has a respirator on at this point.
He doesn't have a respirator on, but he seems to be managing fine.
Okay. Do I see a way to pull him out of this room without going past the Arasaka security forces?
Yes, there is. You can head towards the exit that Switch just came bursting out of. However, Donne looks like he's deep in conversation with a couple of other lieutenants, and he also seems to be shouting down a sort of radio microphone. If you make a perception roll, skill list up, please.
Awareness,
skill, perception.
Yeah,
Okay.
perception is a skill.
Awareness.
Okay, with my perception roll is a
Or
21.
lip reading if you've got it.
Lip reading would be a 17, and perception would be a 21.
Let's do perception then.
21's not bad.
21.
Oh, 21, sorry. Yes, he's definitely pissed off about something. You get a sense that Mud and the people that he was meeting with have also been hit.
Oh, okay. So I just tell him, I said, are we moving or are we fighting?
He kind of holds up a finger and says, hold fire. He's shouting down his mic, trying to get clear comms. He's shouting to another gangster type. She's of African American descent, long black dreadlocks. She has a black denim jacket over kind of purple and white bodyweight suit. Think kind of 1990s X-Men cartoon Gambit, except with the denim coat. She's got like one of the old, like the old 1990s VR headsets, not like the modern ones we have now, but the big ones that used to stick out really far. She's got a cybernetic implant like that across both eyes, and it's got a laser going backwards and forwards like a Cylon or Kit from Knight Rider. In one hand, she has a very, very blooded katana. And she seems to be quite deep in conversation with Donnie as well.
I guess then what Stitch would do is hold his action, and if any of the Dream Thieves look like they're moving towards us, he would fire his Militech shotgun at them.
What's the name of the club again, Dan?
What was the name of the club?
The Blue Arcade.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next up is Tane and Switch. Who wants to go first?
Okay, so I'd just gone under the table to get down near where Aaron was as well. But now that I'm down there, if we're not moving, then I'll start streaming. You're joining us live at the Blue Arcade, where Arasaka police forces are just intercepting a group of dream stealers who have come in causing trouble for the dancers at the club. Looks like there's a gun battle going on, although the gangsters look like they've been pulling out swords, and they brought swords to a gunfight, which is never a great choice. I'm taking you directly to the scene now and just start taking it all in.
Okay, cool. Switch, you come into this room.
But I'm putting the gang that we're supporting behind me, so that can't be seen on the camera.
So Tana, you get a good view of the Arasaka Corporation security guards that come bundling in. They've got 2 Arasaka security robots with them who have a very kind of actual industrial, realistic, robotic vibe to them. Like from the ones from the Elysium movie or Chappie, kind of like if you took modern technology now and tried to make a robot out of it. But they've kind of got flat jackets with webbing on as well, and various different cartridges and stuff and grenades for their guns, with a single kind of optic camera on the middle of their head with like a red glow to it. Cool. 2 of them and a bunch of Arasaka security guards. These guys are coming in with pistols. They've kind of got those a one sort of flight suit, like one piece flight suit, black, big padded black body armor with a high collar, which has kind of got a sort of internal glow around it. and you wouldn't be able to see it here, but their branding on the back, their armor is actually branded. It's got some corporate logos on the back of it and all that sort of stuff.
Nice.
And again, their helmets have got those kind of deep, long, black lenses.
Visors.
Yeah, visors that.
Faceless
But
goon.
don't forget, I lit up the press plate on the chest piece of my armor as well.
Cool.
Oh yeah, and I lit up my trauma team.
You did that.
IDs.
Yeah, you had that last week. So Switch, you've come into this.
I mean, it won't stop the gangsters, but maybe the Arasaka court lot
It
won't
might.
shoot
It probably
us.
not. So Switch, this room looks like a sort of almost private dance area to the Blue Arcade Club. There's a lot of tables and booths and leather couches. There's a stage with a runway going into the middle. There's signs of, those dancers on the kind of like silk cords, and they kind of go up and down and all that. So there's signs of that, except most of those dancers are lying in bits on the stage. There's a body down there with just completely missing a head. And there's also a weird green toxic gas in the air, which seems to be gradually sinking. So a lot of people are kind of trying to keep a low to the floor. You have a respirator, as I recall.
I will just say yes.
The GM asks you if you have a respirator. You say yes.
Yes.
Anti-smog mask.
That'll do.
I don't
So
know.
you But you get your
Not
mask
familiar
on.
with my trappings.
It's the kind of instant reaction. So what do you want to do? You can see your guys. They're kind of
Is anyone shooting at them?
everyone is shooting. So the rest of your group are getting shot at. They're getting shot at by other gangsters, mostly the Dreamstealer gang.
Is it Dream Stealer or Dream Thieves?
Sorry, Dream Thieves.
Okay, I just want to make sure
same
I got the
thing.
gangs right.
Dream Thieves. Not really an original name for them. They basically traffic in
Oh, they're fucked up.
nightmare memories. So what they do is they kidnap people, upload their horrific traumatized death after they tortured them, and then sell the memories that you would put into one of your cybernetic implants and experience those last moments. So they're not a nice bunch. And they weren't expected, and that's why you're here, because you were told, well, there are more of these guys turning up. Yes, it's a neutral ground, but they're normally a bit dodgy, so you've been sent up by
A bit dodgy.
mud. I mean, you're all dodgy. Last week, the conversations were around what kind of drugs we're going to import, and how much we can exploit the people.
It's away for one session.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
everything suddenly
Okay.
went all cyberpunk.
So,
There are clues in the name.
Okay, so if people are shooting at them, I will shoot
Take-
at one of the people that's shooting at them
okay, well,
and find cover. So I'm
all
not
right,
just gonna
make it. You
stand in the
can
open.
do half an action to run. So, what weapon are you shooting with?
I'm assuming I'm far-ish away from them.
You've got
So
your
I would-
assault rifle. If
yeah.
you're at the other end of the room, I'd say you're probably around the
20 meters?
20-meter mark. So probably 15 or more.
Okie dokie.
And I'm going to say you're running and shooting. So whatever you roll, take away 2.
Trying to even find my skill. Archery, heavy weapons. There are shoulder arms.
Yes.
Okay, so I rolled an 8, so that becomes a 6. Plus 12, 18.
That's a yes. Okay, now roll for damage. I believe you're
5d6.
5d6. Now, something that we didn't do the last combat when we were with you last time is that if you roll double on your 5d6, you do a critical damage as well. So keep that in mind when you roll.
2 or more 6s.
Is it just 6s that applies
Just
to?
6s.
Just 6s.
Just 6s.
Cool, okay. It's a shame I got doubles with no sixes. 12, 6, 18.
Okay. Who are you shooting at?
One of the gangsters shooting at them.
Okay.
Just trying to
Your
like lessen the fire on them.
That's fine. Your rifle hits one of these dream thieves. His bare chest. The bullet goes, and you can see blood spurt out from his bare chest, but not a lot. It's almost as if there's something underneath his actual flesh, and you can almost see the end of the bullet sticking out of his skin as blood starts pouring down his bare chest. Lofax.
Now, I think if I remember correctly, I was running for it, wasn't I?
Yes.
But I'd probably try and loop round, so not towards the Arasaka Corp security, obviously, because they'll probably just grease me. And I'll loop round behind Stitch and Tane. And if I see Switch appearing, I'll probably be heading in that direction, you know. And I'll take a shot at someone. Sort of. Oh, hang on. Actually, I think I've got some grenades. I've got a flashbang. No, that's not a good idea.
It wouldn't have any effect on the droids.
Oh,
Droids
true.
on the robots, yeah.
True. Okay.
Those aren't the droids you want to throw grenades at.
I will. I'll take a shot at one of the gangsters that's firing at Stitch and Tane's position with my arm gun.
What size was that gun?
It is a heavy pistol.
So it'll probably be a 13 or more because we're all pretty packed in into this area.
Yeah, and I'm moving towards Switch. I'm not that far away yet.
Take a shot.
Right, here we go. It's just 1d10, isn't it? Oh, I've got rolled a 5 and my handgun is 10, so 15.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. I've got some actual d6s here that I'm going to roll. You might be able to hear them. Apologies if it's loud. 12 points of damage.
A good noise. It's a good old-fashioned noise.
12 points of damage.
Okay. You take another pot shot at one of these Dream Thieves gangsters. Mm-hmm. Again, this one, same thing. Gets him in the throat. Takes a chunk of flesh away from the skin. You can see it kind of tear away and blister. The bullet doesn't actually enter, but you can see underneath it there's another kind of sub layer of cybernetic armor.
Like Exit has.
Yes. Right, there you go. Johnny. To whoever's closest, he shouts, "Mud and the rest of them are dead. Someone else hit the meat. Everyone here," bullets are flying over him, so he's trying to shout as loud as possible. "Everyone here thinks every other motherfucker did it. You get your asses down there and find out who does it before we all fucking blame each other and start a fucking gang war. Take this one with you." He points to the purple and white armored samurai sword wielding psychopath. "She's with the Yakuza."
Clear. We're moving then. Good luck, Donnie.
"We'll keep him busy," and he kind of signals to some of the other gangsters.
Stitch does not say another word. He just turns, points at this Yakuza, points at the exit, and moves low and moves fast.
Okay.
I'm going to back towards the door so that I can keep watching for as long as possible and get as much footage.
You have a lovely particular shot of what would probably be considered police overkill as these two Arasaka security robots who have some sort of compact, like P90s, short stock, nasty firepower, targeting system with laser dots, and they're just brutally going to anything that moves, including you guys. So as you take a run for it, let's see who catches a bullet.
Well, based on statistics, that'd be me then.
I was going to say, but it's not. No, because you took a bullet last week, and I've rolled a 2, so that's Stitch. But that's fine. He can heal himself. But first of all, let me roll to see if they've hit.
So I've got a reflex of 8 and evasion. So their target number is 14.
All right.
Minimum.
Yes. Oh. 13.
Okay, so 2 points
On the
get through my
chest.
armor. And my armor goes down.
Or 1.
Sweet. Looks over, screams out of the corner of his mouth. He's like, "Trauma team, ass hat."
Does not compute. In fact, you think you hear a very robotic voice saying, all local third parties in this area have been deemed hostile.
Love it.
Right, so you basically all get the hell out of there
It's going
while
to get
taking
some
fire.
snotty emails sent upstairs.
Right, you can all get some shots in. So let's go to Stitch first. Do you want to take a shot?
Oh yeah, he's pissed now. He's pissed. So, how close are they?
For you, they're you're kind of moving, so I'd probably say about 10 yards now.
Okay. Like a shotgun.
So shotgun would be 15.
15. You know what? I'm gonna do an aim shot for the head at a -8. I'm either gonna go big or go home.
You're gonna do one of the robots, or one of the security, or one of the dream thieves.
One of the dream thieves. He doesn't like Arasaka at the moment, but he really hates the dream thieves. Okay, so I got a 9 on the die, which gives me a 16 in total at the -8.
Nice. With the -8.
Yep.
Then you're
My
good.
skill is 15, so. Okay, no crit, but 10, 19 times 2, 38 points of damage to his head.
What head?
Suits you.
And he racks his shotgun.
Right. This scat shot launches a hail of blister fire towards this guy's head. Copious amounts of flesh, hair. Well, no hair, they're all bald, sorry. So
Eyebrow.
mostly
An
flesh,
eyebrow.
hair kind of comes streaming off, so like starts taking whole chunks away. You can see the skull underneath, and parts of it have kind of been cyberneticked up with plating, but it hasn't done it good. It does dents, and it's like when the Terminator in Terminator 2 gets shot to hell, and you can see all the flesh coming away from the Terminator framework. It's like that, and he kind of takes a fall back. He staggers as blood then starts kind of getting in his eyes and getting all around. He takes a tumble into one of the tables. Table breaks underneath him, shattering in splinters. Splinters. Blech.
I hope you were recording that, you bastard.
Speaking of which, it is now Tane and Switch.
Is there somebody that's kind of leading the pack out of the Dream Thieves, Dream Stealers?
No,
Dream
no, they
bastards.
all seem to be, the Dream Teams all seem to be doing their own thing. They're certainly caught up in the
Okay, well, I want to take some
joy of
stills
it. They don't look like they're having a good time, and that's what's worrying.
What the shots I want to take are like stills of their faces so that I can run them through criminology later.
Okay, you can take some pictures.
Did
Yeah.
you call them the Dream Bastards?
Cheap bastards.
Yeah, good. I like that name. I prefer that.
Yeah, I like that name.
Oi, Dream Bastards, over here.
Do we have a skill for that, don't we? So we can see if we get some.
But I'm not using a camera, I'm using my eyes.
Oh, okay.
Cybertech skill?
So cybertech, human perception.
It just basically depends of how well of a shot you want to get, or if it's just something.
I want to get
Just
shots
what the
that I
fuck-
can run through databases.
In which case, I'm not going to make you roll. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Switch. What do you want to do?
So again, I'm near the door, so I'm just going to stay in cover and again take a shot at the guy that I shot last time.
Make a roll.
Just trying to kill these chaps. So let's go for that. Do I still have the -2 because I'm stationary?
Not now, no.
Oh, yeah, that should do it. 9 plus whatever it is. 12, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, so 21.
I'll do it.
A solid hit.
Okay, so damage. Uh, 22.
You bring up your rifle to your shoulder, stare down the scope. You can see the guy. You've got him trained. You pull the trigger, let the bullet rip. It goes hurtling across the room. You can see it enter his jaw, kind of splits it, shattering underneath it. Doesn't look like he had any armor here. And as he falls to the floor, grabbing it in pain, it's hanging off in two halves, like that, almost like the Predator. As teeth and blood are kind of hanging out. I mean, he's not dead, but he's certainly dropped. And he's he's rolling around and screaming in agony.
It's like grin to myself.
Nice. Okay.
Don't worry, mate. I can print you one of those out for later.
Lofax.
I'm going to run to the door that switches. I assume we're all kind of heading out of that way to get out of there. So I'll head to the door and I'm not even looking. I'm just kind of shooting over my,
Yeah,
that's
so
like
you're blind. Kind of, so you don't actually hit. Are you using your?
No, I've got
SMG?
I've just got my heavy pistol, my arm gun.
Not enough to hit anyone, but you've certainly got some of the Arasaka security worried, and they duck down
Suppressing fire.
into cover. Right. Anyone who isn't wearing a rebreather or some sort of mask, make a resist
Toxins and torture roll.
toxins and torture roll, please.
Such a great name for a skill.
Hey, that
If I could
is
find it.
19.
Yep, you're fine.
Let me roll. 12.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Lofax begins to cough.
And bleed out of his
your
eyes.
eyes start to sting, and you feel an uneasy sensation of it's almost like being seasick, or like you've been on a fast roller coaster ride. You know, when your inner ear goes all spinny, and you put your hand to your and you go, and you see blood on your fingertips.
Can I puke on Switch's boots?
Yeah.
Cool.
You could, but you'd deafen yourself because I'm literally firing an assault rifle in a crouched position.
All right, Dan is back. No, I'm just going to be like in the corner going,
Okay.
scrabbling for the exit.
Right. Okay, one more shooty.
Do I take any
Shots.
damage or anything?
No. I've written down what's happened.
No. You're just going to die next round.
Right, some shooty from the guards. So from the... Well, two of the Arasaka guys have dropped into cover because of the random pistol shooting. So that Arasaka guy's going to shoot at him. Right. One of the Arasaka security pulls out a pin on a grenade and throws it to where Donnie and some of the other gangsters are. And there's a bright pop, a bang, very loud bang, and you know that bright phosphorescent light of a flashbang. And as you hear screaming, there's a couple. The droids are going to shoot. One of them shooting into the. Right, that's definitely one of you. I don't even know what that bloody number is. Doctor Who D6 dice. I can't read them. I'm going to use a different one. Oh, there we go. That's better.
I rolled a Dalek. What does that mean?
Exterminate.
That's a Tarne, I'm afraid.
Oh.
See, I told you. Exterminate.
Oh. 14 points of damage. Should be alright.
Okie dokie. So I've got 8 points of armor left. So that goes down to 7.
Are you under half your hit points yet?
I will then be under half my hit points.
Okay.
Yes.
So that means
hang on.
something.
8 away from how much? 14 is 6. So I take another 6.
Mm-hmm.
Which takes me down to 22, and my seriously wounded threshold is 25.
So -2 to all actions.
Oh dear.
Yep.
The death spiral begins.
Okay.
Is there a worse stage, or is it just -2
Yeah,
at half?
there's two other.
Mortally wounded and then dead.
Okay, so there's one more.
Right. Guys, you're at the door. How are you going to fall back? You're going to
Puking.
shoot and run, or are you going to... Someone's going to cover as the rest of you go through? What's the plan? You're basically exiting a combat area under heavy fire. What do you want to do? Let's start with Stitch.
Well, Stitch, does he notice that Lofax has been first, is Lofax like incapacitated by this, or
He's not incapacitated, but he's definitely showing signs of
Looks like that guy from RoboCop.
toxic poisoning. Yeah, RoboCop, except without the swelling and the lumps and the...
if Stitch notices this, he would throw him into a fireman's carry and just move through the door, because his first and foremost responsibility is saving lives, not taking them.
Okay. What kind of things have you got in your med bag? Anything for chemicals or anything like that?
Yeah, I've got a full med kit, and I've got a full med tech bag and a full med scanner in my cyber arm, so I'm pretty well set for
Do
just
a
about
med
You've got a
scan.
saline wash.
the saline wash.
Can you give him a scan?
Yeah, so I grab him, my cyber arm, I activate the med scanner, and it immediately starts to scan his system. Little tendrils shoot into him from my arm, and an 8 on the die, Let's see. With my paramedic, that's a 24.
Okay. So whatever this chemical is, it does two things. It either kills instantaneously if you unable to resist its effects, or it kills you slowly. So, though he has initially resisted it,
Not enough.
the chemicals inside it are basically, they're not rewriting his DNA, but somehow it's making his antibodies fight his own system. So it's going to kind of start eating himself from the inside out.
Do I would I know of an antitoxin that would stop this effect?
He would need hospitalization.
Okay.
He's got 42 hours before it starts.
Okay.
You might know that you could perhaps slow it down by literally making him vomit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Also, broad spectrum antivirals will go
If he's
to town
breathed it- if
on
he's
the
breathed
vector.
it.
Shitloads of drugs will help me as well.
We got
I was
42
going to say
hours
you
to keep
can
alive.
slow him down. You can slow it down, or at least with the stuff that you've got, you can keep him. He won't be in pain.
A couple of
Thank you,
Nurofen
Kenny.
and a
Can I
glass of lemonade and a couple of Nurofen.
It's almost
sorted.
it's almost as if he's suffering from very, very fast acting cancer internally.
So as Stitch throws Lofax over his shoulder, I whisper in his ear as he's in the fireman carrier of my shoulder, "You're going to be dead in less than 2 days. Let's hope we get this done and get you to a hospital before then. Unless, do you have a trauma team membership?"
No way. No way can he know. I think it's very unlikely that anyone here can afford a trauma team membership at this point. You need to start earning the big monies or working for the big companies.
That's too bad.
When Stitch says you're going to be dead within 48 hours, I'm like, what's new? This is Cyberpunk.
All right, Sunshine, good attitude. And then he
I'm just going to shoot over his back. If he's picked me up, I'm going to like... Not at anyone, but, to just covering fire kind of thing.
Okay.
I have no pride. I don't mind being hoisted up.
So next is Tane and Switch.
So where's Tane in relation to where I am?
I was right by Stitch.
Just
so
right
if
by.
Stitch has gone through the door, I'm
so
right
you're near
by
the door.
you as well.
Okay, having seen you get hit, I'm just going to almost like rugby tackle you out the door, and as I kind of fly through the door, kick it shut behind me.
And Lofax is kind of unloading his pistol at whatever is moving. Can you just excuse me 1 sec, guys? 1 sec. Back in a moment.
If you
I'm
have
assuming the Yakuza operative dove through the door.
Yeah, come with us. Yeah. She'll be there.
Come with us. We
if
want
she's
to
not.
live.
Well, who knows? With that headset, she could be the net runner we need to figure out whatever's going on.
Yeah.
That vital NPC.
Hopefully she's got some sort of camera on the outside so she can see what's going on while she's there.
Bonk.
She just walks into the nearest wall.
Hey, all I know is I was at a grand opening for something, and then I came across a couple of spare motorbikes.
Hey.
And then I was told to come and get you out of here.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. We needed your
By a
help.
man who can no longer pay us because he's dead.
Well,
Go and loot his body.
I like your thinking.
Wasn't he like the king of the poor people though?
Yeah, but we're
Just
the
a
poor
gangster.
people, so he's probably got more stuff than us.
He lived in a cardboard box.
No, he was a gangster that lived up
Yeah.
higher up.
We worked for someone higher up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
So, you bundle through the exit. You come into sort of, that backstage area. There's lots of shattered glass and popped light bulbs from those makeup desks and tables where you powder your cheeks and you've got those lights around the mirrors, but that's all smashed up. Somehow, denim jacket lady has got past both of you, has put down 2 Arasaka security guards that were following you, that were flanking you, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of wiping her blade on one of them as you bundle in. She nods and goes, "I'm Ruby."
Lofax, I'll say as I move over to loot the Arasaka corpse body.
Okay.
Off your shoulder. I assume I'm off your shoulder now, Stitch.
Oh,
You're going to carry me through the whole rest of the adventure.
rest of the adventure. Yeah. Little aliens resurrection thing going on, but no.
They've both got Arasaka security level 3 passes.
Oh, hello.
But they would probably need something else to go with them, like a security code or a thumbprint or something like that.
I'll chop his thumb off.
There's about $60 between the two of them. If you want to start, they've got pistols, so which are similar to yours, so they've got the same kind of ammo.
Yes. How much ammo they got?
They've both got a full mag each.
What's that on mine? 8 on a heavy pistol.
For the heavy, yeah.
Shit, man, you don't pull any punches.
You were talking to Ruby.
No, him.
Oh, him.
Lofax.
Well, look, they don't need it anymore, do they?
Fair point.
Come on, man.
Why are we a closed stream?
Yeah,
Shut
you better
down tattoos.
you better
And,
loot everything you can there, Lofax, because you need about €1,000 from hospital bills if you want to see the weekend.
Ruby goes, "If you get through this, I'll pay for it."
You're on.
Cool. Meantime, Stitch, mate, I think I've got some bullets in me.
Let's do this somewhere else. The building's still under attack.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's not fight over who's dying first, okay? Let's just get the fuck out of here.
No, it's okay, mate. You can have that if you want it. I'm not in a race.
No, you go.
I mean, I've only got lead poisoning.
Yeah. I'm taking the guy's thumb off.
It might be lead poisoning, but in this, futuristic setting, you've got guns that can be dispensed from an automated dispenser after being 3D printed. So, they might be plastic.
Yeah.
Right, Ruby. So I guess this is your show.
You guys know where you're
Where are we
going.
headed?
I was going to ask you the same
They
thing.
were just
Well-
weren't they just like upstairs or something, and we were down here.
He never told you where they were going.
No.
Last thing Donnie said before he got flashbanged was go down to Mud, or where he was, and figure out who did this. But
Mud, the other bosses,
Yeah, they were at an alternate venue.
they were, which was supposed to be kept secret. Switch. You have a vague idea. Because before coming here and being informed about the meet and that the Dream Thieves had turned up, you'd been told about the alternate venue that they were meeting at. Not a name, just that it was a kind of basement cigar club type thing.
Okay, all right. I will relay said information.
Streetwise rolls. That's a
Oh,
skill.
hello.
Oh, yeah.
I have operator, so I know shit about shit. Local neighborhood, local honchos.
Yep, you do.
All that stuff.
which is good because your Streetwise is playing right into my weakness.
So streetwise, I've got 13.
Yeah, I've got
9.
18 on Streetwise, and I have rumors, access, and sources as well. So
Hey, but listen, I got a 6 on Streetwise after my roll, so
22.
Hey, I'm
I
better
don't
than
even know where
someone.
I don't
I've
even know
got
where the
9.
street is.
I rolled a 22.
Okay.
That's better than 18.
It's one of my top skills.
It's one of mine as well.
Well, Ruby goes, well, if I know my boss, it'll be one of the classiest upbeat areas in the tower. Tana, you know of a place called the Club, literally just the Club, which has that kind of gentleman's club vibe to it, with the big leather chairs and smoking cigars and all that kind of thing. Normally leased out to high corporate exec Arasaka types, or other corporations who may be visiting and doing business. There are a lot of private meeting rooms there that have security systems that enable kind of very private conversations. Pete, you know exactly where this place is. It's another floor up, in basically the mall kind of area.
Okay.
Nothing says top class cigar bar quite like being based out of the mall.
Well, it's kind of down a side corridor through a couple of, access.
No,
points.
I know the place. I know
Yeah.
what you mean, mate. Yeah. Pretty up market.
Yeah.
Like that dining club at Disney World.
Gilded Dalmatian.
No,
Have you ever been there? You ever been there? That's a great place. Anyway.
no, that's a new one on me.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go.
So on your journeys, you've gone through.
I'm going to take the guy's eyeball out as well, by the way, just to
Okay.
just for.
Have you got a knife?
I got an ice cream scoop. No.
I could actually
Snip it off.
I could actually pop it with
Stitch
a
could probably
paramedic
do it a
glove.
little bit more clinically.
Stitch, help me with this.
Don't want to use a knife to get an eye out. It's a really bad idea
Yeah.
because you've got too much of a risk of popping it.
All
Got a
right,
baggie. You got a baggie.
Oh yeah, he goes. I can store it in a med kit. I've got cryo tubes to save organs.
I
And
pass him a thumb as well.
got a 10 on my roll, so that's a 26 on my
Elder.
paramedic roll.
Ruby seems to be shaking her head in disappointment, or.
Hey man, this could come in
just
handy later. We never know when you need to bypass Arasaka corp security. So
I mean, I know Mud hangs around with the scum of Boxtown, but I didn't think that those that worked for him were scummy too.
Hey, listen here, lady. I don't know you, but I run a clinic for all these scummy people that you're shitting on right now. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to make enough Euro bucks to keep them stitched up and not have to worry about your fancy clubs and the like. So let's move out, finish this mission, and then I'll see if I can keep these other two alive.
Right then. If you could see her eyes, you'd think she'd probably be looking daggers. But you can't. There's just this kind of silent zun, 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 as she stares you down. Your journey has taken you so far through Boxtown, which was in the concrete underground car park. You've come up into the underground level street markets and London Underground like tunnels of the next level. Got past the wall, which is literally the metal plate that they put around the bit that had been occupied by refugees. Now you're getting into the Arasaka Tower proper. And when they meant mall, it's not just a mall. Mall's more of a terminology, a throwback to a bygone age of what a mall might have been in the United States before the corporate wars. This is a whole vibrant living area. It's white. It's clean. There are little shrubberies and water fountain features. There's a huge, you kind of step into a huge domed area, so you can see the glass and the sun and the blue sky above you. And it's a wide open court with various levels kind of going up towards the dome, top of the dome, with shops and and then within the dome is another tower coming out of it, creating the next stage of the tower as a whole. This is also glass, and it's got elevators going up and down the side of it. It looks down into the court below, where there's a map where overseeing the large, what could best be described as an aqua park, because there are families here as well, and it's got a sort of cross Center Parks indoor aqua center with a shopping mall and the Shard Tower in the middle of London coming out of another kind of domed area like the Eden Project. That's
cool.
A lot of description for you.
That's cool.
Got a blade on it.
Yeah, let's make it a mess. But you don't look out of place. Yes, there are a lot more suits here. It's a lot more clean, and but there are all sort of types up here, including more workers, because you can see as the tower within the dome coming out of the dome, they're starting to build, and there's cranes, and you can see workers coming in and out. There's businessmen and shop workers and all sorts, so there's still a good mix of people. You don't stick out too much. Everyone's still packing guns. You make your way to the club. Now, yes, it's got leather chairs and all this sort of stuff, but it's also got a Havana Cuban Hawaiian hut feel to it. Kind of collection of fake wooden thatched huts all kind of put together, interconnecting, kind of ramps and
Are we going to get in like this? Because we kind of look like crap.
you don't. Well, how are you going to get in is a whole different conversation. But this is where it is, within kind of the outskirts of the large aqua park within the shopping centre.
Ruby, you're the expert here, and like Lofax, I don't know what you think, mate, but we do look like absolute hammered shit right now.
We should probably add, as a final point, the whole place is crawling with security. There's ambulances there. There's Arasaka security guards. There's people crowding around the police cordon line. Though rather than old-fashioned yellow police tape, it seems to be these kind of holographic display saying police cordon do not pass, and it flashes by with the Arasaka logo next to it, and then other branding like Pepsi Max or something like that. Police
or
cordon
other
line
carbonated
brought to you by
Musa Cola.
Musa
Cola.
Cola.
Brought to you by
Or
Garblack.
cheese coffee.
So yeah, it's crawling with guards, and there's definitely been something has gone down here.
Can I
Now what
flash
do
the
you
Arasaka pass?
Well, so Stitch will look over. He goes, "I could probably get myself in under my trauma team identification to say that I'm here to ID a client. I almost guarantee one of these bosses in here has to have a trauma team
Yeah, good point.
membership activated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what information I'll be able to find, though. I mean, I'm good at stitching people together. I'm not good at stitching.
No worries,
clues
mate. I
together.
can probably get in because I've got press pass, and I can just be a pain in the ass with it until they let me in to poke around. And like your man Lofax says, he's got an Arasaka pass. He can wave that.
You can see that there are other press. There's other press there, and they're not being let in.
But they're not as handsome and charming as me.
Do I know, from my local knowledge, of another way to get into the club? Is there a back door that, like, they bring in all the special stuff?
I need some sort of role.
Sure,
I'm open
sure.
to suggestions.
Sure. I don't think it's personal grooming. Maybe streetwise?
I'll allow
Or...
it. Go for it.
Let's have a look what else I've got really high.
That is
Trading or streetwise, you know, that kind of-
streetwise, I think.
Streetwise. Okay. Let's give it a roll. Hang on.
Where the modifier based on his roll ability?
Don't forget you're -2. Yeah. Oh no,
No, that's
No,
not
it's
me.
that wasn't you. That was you.
Yep.
Sorry.
Okay, we're on a 5, so that totals up to 18.
How much? Sorry.
18.
18. Right. Yes, there is. You're not gonna like it. So, as I
It's
said,
the dunny.
It's not the
Cyberpunk.
dunny. It's not the dunny.
Of course, we're not going
No,
to like it.
it's just going to be a bit wet. So part of the tropical rapids ride goes over
Love it.
the huts, and it's open top because it's not really that fast. So you could go down. You could go through a chute through the open top and drop on.
Yeah, I love that.
Sounds great.
Also, because of the trees, you'd probably be able to do it without being spotted by all the guards.
Let's go for it.
Question is,
Can I swim?
What are we trying to what are we trying to figure out here? I mean,
Well, Ruby goes, from what we got on the radio chatter, we know the place was hit by some sort of strike team.
I mean, was it
Wasn't like how they were doing it with us. Well, we assume it was the same people that did the gas bomb. Might not have been. So we're just trying to get in there, find clues as to who these people are.
Ruby.
so we're
Because let's get one thing straight. I still think it might be you guys.
Look,
We can't afford to pull this shit off.
look at us. Look,
Yeah, but you're the
look.
new people.
Ruby.
Okay, I've
Christ,
never seen
you
any
have
of
to cut
you
a guy's
before.
thumb
Sure.
off
We're the unknown
because we've
quantity.
got no money.
Basically, we just get Tane to talk until stuff, we do stuff in the background. But look,
Yeah.
Ruby, are you a net runner?
No.
Because
So are we going on the rapids ride or what?
Yeah, but
Because,
what if we get in there and there's like 50 security?
well, then we're fucked, aren't we, really?
Yeah, well, let's not just
Well,
stumble
it sounds
into
to me like we need to create
Fuck
some
City.
sort of distraction.
how about Tane and I stay out front and try to distract them by me trying to force my way in to get at a client and him just being himself.
Because
And
the
the
other
rest of
thing
you
is,
go in.
I'm
Yeah.
an investigative journalist and probably your best bet for digging out some clues once we get in there.
That's a good point. All right, I'll just try to cause a distraction. The rest of you go in.
Hey, Switch, can't you blow some shit up or something?
Possibly if I had some explosives.
Hey, listen. My job's to save lives, not take 'em. All these people up here are innocent, including these Arasaka guards. So let's
I
keep the
meant
blowing things up to a
cherry
minimum.
bomb a toilet or something. Blow up one of the dunnies. That always draws attention.
Could you get into the comm systems switch and like call up another situation somewhere else, and some of the cops might have to security might have to divert.
Yeah, if I can get an uplink, I could probably do that. Are there any external panels that we could access, I could tap into?
You need to find them because of the aesthetics of this place. Those kind of ports and things would be hidden, like in a palm tree or something. Know what I mean?
Use the scanner.
From my experience, would I know roughly what I'm looking for? I could kind of have a bit of a wander around and have a look.
Yeah, let's make it some sort of search roll. Because you know what you're looking for.
Tapping on walls and saying ping.
If anyone's got particularly keen eyes, I would also probably tell them what I'm looking for.
Okay. Oh,
I'd allow electronics or security tech roll.
Oh,
Pretty good at
okay, for my
security tech.
looking. Sweet, okay.
Yeah, because you're looking for a particular kind of thing.
Oh, then, yeah.
sweet, I'm on
Yeah, I
it.
thought you'd be good for it.
Ooh, that's good. 8, 16, 22.
Yeah, okay, you find a sort of single post advert for some sort of slush puppy like ice cream thing which is spinning around on its pole, and the actual device is kind of in that, so you're able to kind of move a panel away and you can see it's like a small mini kind of comms tower into the network. Now you can tap it to get an idea of what's going on. Start doing deep dives and stuff into the comms would mean net running, which I don't think any of you have got.
No.
Because you would need to jack it. So I will allow a...
My USB port is here.
Yes. Let's do another electronic security
A
roll.
USB cactus, yeah.
6, 12, 20.
Oh,
That's what you get in
fantastic.
Westworld, isn't it?
That's basically
yeah.
where I was going from. Yeah, right, okay, so you link in to the mini kind of comms relay tower, and you can hear the sort of local radio chatter within the immediate area between
What I'm gonna-
Arasaka security, the sort of like resort maintenance and all that sort of stuff. If you make...
Is there like a mimic type role to like mimic voices?
Yes, acting.
Is anyone particularly good at mimicking voices?
I have a 10 in it.
I've got a solid 4.
8.
Because what we could do is I could identify someone senior, get their codes, then I could patch you in, blocking them out, and you could call in a...
So we're doing Police Academy tactics.
Basically, you could fake their thing, call in an APB at a particular location. Perhaps, I mean, the police are probably sponsored by someone in this day and age, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, the Arasaka
Yeah.
ones
It's
are,
Arasaka, yeah.
definitely.
Is this an Arasaka police station?
Yeah,
No, Arasaka.
definitely.
Oh, yeah,
Everything.
we'll just say their sponsors being attacked and they'll disappear because that's where
Yeah.
their money comes from.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I'm basically going to listen into the comms and I'm going to try and identify like a captain or a lieutenant or something.
Make a...
I'm not doing the mimicking, I'm just trying to find the person. I will
Sort of
have
it's
Kane nearby so
concentration.
he can listen in and
Yeah,
One side.
concentration.
Concentration,
Then I-
cryptography. I don't know.
Concentration, probably.
Yeah, concentration to kind of get an idea, because there's a lot of radio chat that you're having to break through.
where the hell's concentration?
It's an awareness skill.
Okay. Roll height. That's not bad. 8, 14.
Yep. Okay.
That was pretty good for me.
That's not bad at all. You've identified the signal line of a security master sergeant. Not really a rank in the proper world, but in these private security companies, they just make shit up.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll patch to that one and get Tane to listen in
Okay.
to see if they can mimic.
Tane, I need an acting role from you if you're going to do this, but I need you to tell me what it is you want to do as a distraction, please.
Well,
I love
as
this
far as I
idea,
can
by
tell,
the
what
way.
they want me to do is to copy this guy's voice and tell him that there's something going on away from the area we want to get to. So what's furthest away in the mall from where we're trying to get to?
The furthest away would be top of the tower that comes out of the dome.
Is there anything Arasaka up there?
Everything is Arasaka.
Everything.
This whole tower is Arasaka.
But they won't go up the tower because there'll already be other guards up there. We need something on the same level that's far away.
Oh, I see.
There's no point in them being sent up the tower because they won't go. They'll have guards in reserve to go there.
The dome itself has sub-levels and walkways going across it, and balconies with shops.
Oh, I know.
And things.
We're
So
just
probably
telling
one
them
of the
poor
upper.
people are trying to get in.
You could tell them that someone's attacking the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
Right. I need an acting roll.
Yep.
Can I have locked out the
8 plus
Master Sergeant,
8
whoever
Yeah,
it is?
absolutely.
plus 2 minus 2. So 8 plus 8, 16.
Right. This is a 18. This is a clash. This is a roll-off. So bear with. Basically, it's a roll-off against the guy that you've got to see if. Oh, he doesn't have a clue. Roger that. He gives a series of codes and numbers, and people start coming out of the club. A few guards remain to keep the people at bay, but a whole bunch of security heads off. Good plan.
Right, now
guys.
that'll
I
give
love
us,
it.
what, an hour, 2 hours? So we best get
30
in there.
minutes.
30 minutes.
While I'm patched in, could I basically disable the electronic locks on like some of the back doors so we can?
Not from a comms tower.
Okay.
I'm on the
No, this is
rapids.
radio.
While they're doing that, I'm on the rapids.
Shame we don't have a certain Hawaiian shirted
Yeah,
solo with us. He
yeah.
would have loved that.
He would have done.
Okay, so I assume you're going down fully clothed. You're not kind
Can I
of going
get
into
on the rapids fully clothed?
Yeah, so
Okay.
you can either there's two ways of getting onto the rapids. You can either go into the kind of leisure part of the thing and get yourself into a swimsuit and go join the tourists, or you can make a jump from one of the balconies.
I'm getting in my Speedo. I'm not a jump from a balcony.
I'm going to have to jump from a balcony because if I get in my Speedo, they're going to go, "You're not going on the rapids, right? You're full of bullet holes."
True. And I'm bleeding from my face.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's jump from a balcony.
All right.
This is where my character dies. Just on the edge of the...
Hey, Stitch, if I die, could you take my head to like one of the news stations and see if they can extract something?
Yes, as long as I can reclaim all of the rest of your organs.
For sure, yeah. Help yourself.
Okay. So who's going with
After
Liver's
this gas, you
particularly
might
good,
not want
but
mine.
you probably want the kidneys more than anything else.
who's going with Lofax? It's going to be an athletics roll. Oh,
Yeah.
Ruby's going with you.
I'm
Cool.
going.
Let's go.
Okay, Tana's going.
Switch, you coming?
So what's going on?
We're going to jump into the rapids and flow down, and there's a bit where you can pull yourself over and get in through the back.
You want
Sure,
me to
fuck
go
it.
with you, or do you want me to try to distract the rest?
Just come
of
with
the
us.
guards
Let's all
up
go.
front?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so
It'll be fun.
The team building exercise.
My athletics is pretty good, so I'm
yeah. So is
Did
Ruby.
you carry me?
Ruby. In fact, she.
Anyone in chat want to give me a re-roll?
Or me.
I've still got a
give me
reroll left from yesterday. Can I use that?
No. Nice try.
How have you got a reroll from yesterday?
From yesterday, I was about to say we did.
I don't
Wolf-
remember you in Warhammer.
Oh yeah, but day before yesterday then.
He was there in spirit. Right, sorry, I've lost my place because this whole thing is just amazing.
I rolled a 12.
You rolled a 12. Oh dear. Ruby stands on the edge looking like some sort of...
I got a reroll.
Who gave you a reroll?
Two people
Two
gave me a
people gave
reroll.
him rerolls.
2 people gave a roll.
Wojciech and Jeff.
I rolled a better
Anyone
number
else?
as well. That's good.
Oh, thanks, Wojciech. I got one too.
Alright,
So I'm on 15.
okay. Anyone
So
else
am I.
making rolls? You're on 15.
Can I just
Athletic
say
roll.
Yep,
Believe?
that's after subtracting my -2.
Somebody give Roger a reroll.
20.
Aaron rolled a 1 and he got a 20.
No, my athletics is 12. I rolled an 8.
There you go,
Anomalies
switch
give a
reroll.
switch.
Thanks,
reroll.
non-anomaly.
Non-anomaly.
That will really help.
What?
And if 15
I'm
won't make
just
it, I will use
Taking
that
note
reroll.
of all these people that's giving you rerolls. So the lollygaggers, hello guys. Anomaly,
I got 15 in total,
Wojciech.
thanks to non-anomaly.
Wojciech. You're all traitors to the cause.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Cyberpunk if we all lived through
Absolutely.
It, so.
And I love you all. Traitors. Anyway. What did you get, Rog?
15, courtesy of non-anomaly. Otherwise, it would have been like 8.
Brilliant. Right, so you guys,
Belly
some
flop.
gracefully, not so gracefully, perhaps one or two of you looking like some sort of perhaps overweight pro wrestler jumping off the top rope, but not very successfully kind of thing. Belly flopping rather than somersaulting or sunsaulting. Land on the tube of the rapid and then kind of slide and shuffle your way down to where the opening is into the kind of open end bit of the rapids. You can see a couple of people kind of skimming down on inflatable donuts. They all seem to be having a really great time. There's a couple of screams as they see a bunch of people with guns on their right.
I figure we've got 10 minutes now before something.
Can I pop a donut?
Oh, you make a child cry. Right, so you you get in. Everyone make. Am I that? Yeah, I am that evil. Everyone make athletics rolls
Oh,
to
again.
resist the flow of the
I got another reroll this time.
torrent
I
water.
rolled a 9.
Oh dear.
Dan, Jeff gave you a reroll, by the way.
Jeff gave me a reroll.
Yeah.
Jeff, you're the
Way to
man.
go, Jeff. I got a 5 on the die for a 17 in total.
You're
That's
all right.
I got a 7 on the
9 on
die,
the dice for a 16.
You're
Same.
all right.
7 for a 14.
Can I make Lofax re-roll with
You can.
my reroll?
Yes.
I've got a reroll though, so if it's really bad,
Not worth it then, but that
No,
would be quite
I'm
funny.
re-rolling. I got a 10.
Right.
I'll put it on the screen if you don't believe me.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so
So
Lofax.
17.
You're fine. And then you kind of, against the current, you're able to get yourself lifted up onto this kind of fake, what's the word I'm looking for? Plasticky rock stuff, and you kind of lift yourself up, and below you, you can see the club, the thatched roofing, and palm trees below. It's a bit of a drop, but frankly, you don't really need to roll. You could just fall over onto it, and the roof would break your fall. So what you're rolling for really is how stealthily you do it. Everyone make a stealth roll,
He's making us pay now, isn't he? Right, here we go.
which is a bloody. Which
We've
is
got-
also
we get re-rolls. He's like, right, you're going to make a load of rolls.
Not too bad at stealth.
I got a 6 on
Really
the
bad at
die.
maths, though.
6 on the die for a
17.
16.
That's good.
I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 4.
Yes,
My
no, normal.
stealth
It
is
is
10.
definitely Disney landscaping.
Yeah, my stealth is 10, but I'm at -2. So it's 4 plus 8 is 12.
Okay. Anyone else? 12 or lower?
I got 16.
You're fine. Switch, where are you at?
I got a
17.
And Stitch, you're switching Stitch. This is gonna be
Oh, sorry.
no. I said Switch and Stitch. You were
16.
16. Okay, so Tane, you
Should I change my name to Snitch?
Yes.
you fall out rather than climb out, so you kind of and you hit the thatched roof below. Doesn't do any damage. You go through the ceiling.
It feels like it does damage to my already damaged body. So I
Yeah,
shall lay
but-
there for a few minutes, just kind of whimpering.
You're whimpering in a pool of blood.
Yeah. Scans.
You're the first to enter. It's got
Is
that.
it my blood?
No.
Oh, that's a
As the first to
refreshing
enter,
change.
you've got that kind of love. You see these lovely Havana, Hawaiian kind of vibe to it. So yes, it's got those big leather chairs of a gentleman's club, but there's also, a bar made out of
A tiki bar.
and wood and all
Coconut
Mate,
coconuts
whoever
to drink.
decorated this
and-
place
Exactly,
does
yeah.
not know shit about geography.
It's
They're on like
absolutely
opposite
fake.
coasts, for real.
Some of the bodies have already been taken out, but there's a load of bodies that are still in here, and they're all shot to hell. And this is what you guys find as you kind of come in through the hole more stealthily, quietly, professionally. As you
Hey,
kind
guys. Just going to jump on this river rapids ride and get out of here.
So as a med tech, one of the things Stitch can do is access people's cyberware.
yes,
So he's looking to see if there's anybody with cyber eyes or cyber optics suite or anything like that, so he can access the memory of the cyber eyes.
yeah.
Nice.
The first thing that you notice is that Mud isn't here. He's not amongst the bodies, so maybe he was taken away earlier. The second thing is a lot of them have kind of got, a lot of them are quite big. They've all kind of got Hawaiian shirts on, but they're all stained in blood and all this sort of stuff. They've got cozy, swim shorts on or Bermuda shorts on or whatever. They were really kind of getting into the vibe as they were smoking their cigars and drinking and talking important shit.
Except the vibe is ridiculous because Hawaii is on this side and Havana is on this side, and there's like a whole country in between.
So,
What were they thinking?
Stitch, make a roll. Is it gonna?
I
It's
don't
gonna
know.
be
Look
a
at their
Cybernet roll?
speedos. So I'm not sure
Yeah,
they're not worried
I'm
about
not looking at
geography.
Cybertech, yeah.
Cybertech roll, yeah.
10 on the die for a 22 in total.
Yeah, that'll do. Ruby, her black denim jacket, gently flapping around her as she kind of drops into the room next to you guys with her purple and white sort of lightweight armor. Is also scanning around the room with her Cylon eye.
I will also be using my weapons tech scanner to be scanning the room.
Right. Stitch, your cybertech roll was rather successful. There is an optics. One of these guys does have optics. You get a data loop feedback of kind of like the last minute. It looks like they were shot up by a professional, some sort of armored mercenary tactical unit.
Hey, Stitch, do you want to load that up into my agent?
Yeah, I'll send it over.
I
I'll
can run
send
it through
over to
voice
Tana.
stress and micro optics.
Ruby seems to be looking around for someone.
I am going to go old school and I would like to make a deduction roll or a criminology roll. Which would you prefer?
Sorry, give me those two rolls again.
Deduction and criminology. Criminology, I suppose, is a research skill for later.
Yeah, I take deduction.
Deduction it is then. So I'm going to deduce. I'm going to Sherlock Holmes the shit out of this scene.
There's a red fiber on his clothes, which means he once travelled to Tibet, and therefore he is the cousin of the Russian Tsar, and would know exactly the gunpowder to use in this kind of cannon.
What'd you get?
12 plus 4, 16. Elementary, my dear Lofax.
I'm in the presence of a master.
Um,
I'm just looking for guns, by the way.
you know that this is definitely the work of a professional hit squad. Between yourself and Stitch, you can tell, everyone's taken a double tap, two in the chest,
There
one in the head.
cameras or anything?
No, the only info they're getting it because this
The
place
whole
is
point of this
designed
place is discretion.
for, discretion.
I'll do that thing where you walk around and go, do the Aragorn and Legolas. 2 men here, a fight.
Some grass.
Pete, alas, there's no guns. There's no weapons at all.
Well,
So
I
it
was
looks
more
like-
looking for anything concealed in the walls or in their bodies. I've got like a scanner, so in my
Okay,
arm,
right.
in my arm. So it's going to be like, boop, 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 boop. Let's see if there's anything. If there's not, that's cool. But I thought some of them might
Hey,
have
steal a
like.
box of cigars, mate.
I'll
You
get
got a
to the
50-50
cigars.
chance.
chance.
Can you-
might
get to
the
cigars
Havana
and
one.
booze
Can you
in
make
them.
a roll
Might
for
get the
that?
Hawaii
Yeah,
one.
sure. I'll roll it.
Is it one of your cybertech? Or is it a?
It's a cybertech. Gives me +2 to tech rolls. This is a tech scanner, and I've got weapons tech or.
Make a weapons tech roll.
Okay, so plus 20.
Okay, you find a bullet slug in one of the walls
Ooh.
that has basically, because it's splintered against the bamboo sort of like foundation, it seemed to have bounced and then bounced back again, so it's slowed down. So you have this slug, and you know that this is from a particular brand of rifle.
Okay.
And between yourself and Tane, you're able to say, well, okay, we know that this brand of bullet is with this brand of rifle. We know that this was done by a professional merc group. And in the back of your mind, you go, well, hold on a sec. I know of a guy who sells these kind of guns, and I know that he works with some black op. He sells to black op groups.
Yeah, this definitely wasn't us, Ruby. This was done by professionals.
Ruby is very quiet as she's leaning over the dead body of someone. She seems to be, covering it with a sheet.
Your business associate, Ruby?
My father,
Ah, shit. Sorry, love.
adopted
sucks.
father, because she's of African American descent, and this is Yakuza. The dead guy on the floor, is definitely from Japan, China, whatever. Definitely Far East, but yeah, adopted father. He seems really, really pissed off.
All right, what else we got, guys? Anything else to play with?
Got a bottle of rum and a box of cigars.
Nice. Good,
Switch,
guys.
any thoughts?
Do any of the dead people have cybernetics on them?
Well, there's the audio cybernetics and the eye cybernetics are the ones that Tane and Stitch have been kind of going through. But there are a couple of others with there's one guy with a cybernetic arm, another one with a cyber jack at the back of his head. They're all crime bosses. They're laced with cybernetics.
We've got like 10 minutes, so I don't know how much you
Probably
expect
less
me
now,
to get
says
out of them.
Ruby.
If I pull on the hand, you cut at the shoulder, we'll get that sucker off.
The only way to recover cybernetics is by a med tech in a clinic. Otherwise, they're destroyed based on the rules. But
I let go of the hand. I'm like, I've got a foot on his chest, and I'm pulling on the arm.
I mean,
and
the
I'm
one
like,
with the
okay.
chip deck in the back of his neck.
Yeah.
Is that? Can we tell what's in there?
it's a cyberjack, so they would have been some sort of net runner, so they would have been able to use it to plug directly into virtual reality kind of computer world.
I mean, could I connect in to see what they've been looking at recently?
I don't think you.
Because I've got my hand tool.
No.
Not without a
Okay.
jack.
No.
You need a cyberjack to be able to access them.
Well,
And there'd be
Right.
all kinds of shit to stop you being able to do that. Otherwise, that's why the Dream Weaver bastards are such bad guys.
Dream bastards.
Nightmare on
Actually,
Elm Street 3?
Rog, make a awareness roll.
You bastards.
I will say perception, please.
Inception. Oh, excellent choice, sir. 19.
You have a distinct feeling of being watched.
Can I tell where from with my
Yeah.
very good eyesight? Because I've got cybernetic eye.
So very, very briefly, in an almost very predator-like way, you look out of the straw-thatched roof where you made the hole coming in, through the sort of fake jungle, the steam of the hot baths and the rapids and all that sort of stuff, and the shout of the tourists. And off in the distance, you see a sort of an electronic blur, like in Predator, almost
I
like
will
an
use
invisibility
my
thing.
400 times magnification to zoom right in,
Um,
because that's what my eye does.
yeah, there's definitely something there, and then it drops away. And it's gone.
Can I have taken an image of it?
Oh, is that
Yep.
micro optics, Rog? Because that's 400 times magnification up close. It doesn't do
Oh, okay.
distance.
Oh,
You need
Either way, yeah, you
telescopic
see it.
vision.
You see it drop down.
Okay. Yes. All right. I will. Regardless, I would have taken an image to kind of show people.
Okay. Right. So you're gonna show Tane this picture.
Yeah, I'll show everyone.
They've got some sort of cloaking field around them.
Yeah, we're being watched by someone with a very impressive piece of technology.
Do you think he wants some candy?
Stitch
My
would go
God,
over
you're
to-
running out of time. How are you gonna get out of there?
Stitch would go over to Ruby and ask her, do you need help recovering his body? I can probably get him out through the front door saying he was a trauma team client.
No, leave him here.
Your call.
Just get the hell out of there. How do you guys get in out?
Well, this place is made out of shitty fake wood. Can we just cut away out the back?
It's also well, yeah, but how are we gonna get past the fuzz?
So one thing Stitch does do is he actually scans each one of the bodies in here to see if any of them actually do have trauma team contracts. I figure since they're gang bosses, one of them might.
Yeah, several of them do.
So all he does is he goes, well, I'm going to walk this body out the front door.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
I'm going to help him carry that body because I don't want to do any more climbing after last time.
What did I
I'm
miss?
doing a ride along.
You
we're trying to
missed.
think of an escape
You missed an
plan.
encounter with the predator. And now he's trying to figure out how to get out.
Can we not go out the way we came in?
You can do. You'd have
Is
to
that a
climb
grappling
up.
hook?
You'd have to climb up. Yeah.
What was the body bit?
Oh, I'm going to walk a body out because he's got a trauma team contract. So, and I'm going to take Tane.
Can
out
I be
with
the
me 'cause
body?
He was on a ride along. No, I mean this guy's actually got a contract, so I can actually show it to the cops. On
Oh,
the way
okay,
out.
right, gotcha. I thought you meant like anybody. Like I'm just gonna, I'm gonna walk out. I'll be like,
So what Stitch does is he actually calls it in to the trauma team unit, so the rest of his day team will show up here, and we're just gonna walk it out to the
Okay.
walk the bodies out.
Well, you're fine then. What about the?
I'm checking the bar for cash or anything
Okay.
valuable. Just while he's picking the body, sorting that
Yeah,
stuff
there's
out.
about €300 here.
Oh, cool, sorted.
And a couple of expensive bottles of.
I've got a bottle of rum. Is that
What
Yeah.
about the bodies? Did they have anything on them?
Good check. They not.
a roll of cash in the
They
speedo?
don't have cash, but there is jewelry.
Oh.
I will take the jewelry when the angry lady with the sword isn't looking.
She's gone. She's stepped into the shadows, and she's probably quite a stealthy individual. So she's kind of stepped away, and disappeared into the mist.
As she was walking
Steve.
away, I give her the location of my clinic in the building, and I just tell her if you ever need assistance,
Although
I help
won't-
those in need.
I won't loot her father's body because just in case.
I'd probably imagine that's a good idea.
No shit.
So, Tane, Switch, and Lofax, how are you getting in?
I'm going to walk out with Stitch, holding the other end of the body,
Okay.
and claiming to do a story on trauma teams.
I want an acting role from you.
Acting, you
Unless
say?
there is unless there's an actual direct con skill. There's contortionist.
Acting suits me absolutely fine. No, I don't see anything that would work better.
Nah, neither do I.
Oh, so conversation, persuasion.
Oh, where's that?
My
Persuasion's
persuasion
under
is the
social
same
skill.
as my acting, so
Okay.
either persuasion or acting is 8 plus 8, 16, plus minus 2, yeah,
What did you get?
16.
Yeah, that'll do. Right, you two are clear. Switch and Lofax going through the cash, getting the jewelry. You look up, everyone else is gone.
Right. How hard is it to get out the way we came in?
Yeah, that's
You'd have
kind
to
of what I was
climb.
thinking. I mean, could we?
Can we climb?
There are tables and stuff around, right? We could kind of.
Yeah,
Are
I mean,
they-
you could climb up onto the roof.
Hang on, let me check my inventory.
Been getting from the roof up to the
Rapids.
rapids.
As I accompanied my host on this particular mission, I learned that not every trauma team drop was a successful one, and that sometimes the teams were called in to remove bodies from crime scenes. This is a very sobering and serious experience that everybody should be aware of the hardship that this places on the men and women serving us in the trauma teams.
Full of money.
I mean, or are there computer terminals around somewhere where I could see ways in and out?
Yeah, there is a control unit behind the bar, which is kind of like got a touch screen display, which could bring up a map.
I mean, yeah, can I find an emergency exit? Because they must have, like, fire escape.
Yeah, there is a fire escape, fire exit, in kind of like the next attached hut, which you can make a run to, go down a sort of fire escape / it's not even a fire escape, it's an actual fireman's pole.
Cool.
Out.
That's the way to go.
Old.
Right. That's where you guys are going. Okay, so currently not fleeing the scene, I would say tactically withdrawing the scene of a major shootout. Stitch and Tane take out one of the bodies past the security. Ruby blends into the shadows and disappears. Switch and Lofax find the fire escape, use the fireman's pole, get out straight away, heads ducking through the kind of bush of the fake jungle. And I think we shall leave it there as a good place to stop, with the idea of, so correct me if I'm wrong, Lofax knows someone who sells these guns to organise,
Yep.
Black Ops groups.
mercenary
Yeah, yeah.
groups, yeah.
Probably going to be the next port.
That will be where we're going. Gun traders for these
Gun traders.
These bullets.
So, let's leave it there. Thank you very much, everybody.
Very cool.
Thank you, Dan.
If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And press all the buttons. Come join us on our Discord. Come chat about Cyberpunk. Chat about our Woofrup game. Talk about our E-Zine. Jesus, I'll leave it up to a Garblag to say what's going on next.
Come and check out the zine, Gartopia.
Zine, that's the word I was
which
looking
is, it's a 8 or 9 page PDF with some cool system agnostic GM tools and tables based around crypts, and issue 2 will be around ruins. Some really cool artwork that we've got, and the guys have been putting the stuff together. We are a few weeks away from it, but it will be coming out at the end of the month. So check that out as well on the Patreon. Adventurer tier and above, $4 a month.
And what other games do we have this week, guys?
Tonight on Garblag North America at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have Octoon Cthulhu as we continue with the Shadows of Atlantis campaign from Modiphius. We are still in Rome, and after last week's little kerfuffle in a hospital / bloodbath, we're on the trail of some actual mythos creatures, and if you tune in tonight, you may get to see us face off against some serpent people.
Oh.
Anos!
And do we have anything on for tomorrow night?
It's Enemy Within tomorrow, isn't it?
No.
Nope.
Isn't it?
No.
No. Oh no, that's on the 20-something.
Yes.
Yes. Balls! I better get on with organising something then.
Okay.
Something will happen then.
Something will happen. We're very organised like that. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Have a good night. Take care. And we'll see you all on the flip side.
Cheers.
Hello.
Bye-bye.